Coming up next is a presentation from Literacy Nation. Literacy Nation is an affiliate of the American Library Association. And joining us specifically today is Richard and Charmaine Ashby. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Casey. We're sitting here in beautiful downtown New Orleans, and we're going to give a presentation about Literacy Nation and our thoughts and not our policies, our thoughts, and what we do with independent authors and getting books into hands of our youth. Literacy Nation is a nonprofit, and we started in 2011. Our motto is with literacy and justice for all, because we truly believe you can have all the liberty you want but without justice, you will receive no literacy. And so today our presentation is Authentic Voices in K-12 Literature, a Journey of Empathy and Understanding. And I'm Richard E. Ashby Jr., the director of the Sharon Hill Public Library. And with me today is my beautiful wife, Charmaine Ashby. She's also the co-founder of Literacy Nation. And so let's dive right into this.
I'm sorry, and I have to interrupt you. And Richard is the newly. Go ahead.
I am the newly elected president-elect, first vice president of the Pennsylvania Library Association, and I am the newly elected assistant or co-chair of Emirate of American Library Association, which K.C. Boyd is the chair, and the young lady we just finished speaking to, hearing, Dr. Jameson, she is the immediate past chair. And so, how does Literacy Nation support multicultural voices? First of all, we have a vetting situation, a vetting platform that we use. So we particularly, and most of the time, 100% of the time, we deal with independent authors. And as you know, sometimes independent authors can come from a place that is not pleasant or correct, I should say, correct. And so we have to vet these books before we give these books to our children. Like, for example, we had one book that said he was writing about hair, and he said nappy hair, and nappy hair is a derogatory term when you're talking about African American or Black people hair. It's not nappy hair. It's a term that we don't use, and so he didn't understand that, and so we had to get him to understand that. And then when we talk about vetting, we're talking about illustrating and the illustrations of characters in the book, uh, racial illustrations of Asian Americans, of African Americans, of American Indians. So some of those illustrations are not correct, and we have to vet those particular books and have a conversation with the author about that. And then we have a review process, and that's where we have librarians such as you all that are out there. You review some of these books, and you review the books, and you give feedback to the authors about the book, and positive feedback. And then we take those books, and we have those books re-edited and reissued. And then we have a group of people called the IndieCats, which means independent catalogs. Literacy Nation has our own subscription to the WorldCat, and we have our catalogers are called IndieCats because they're independent catalogers, and they're from Princeton University, Indiana, Connecticut, and Georgia. And then our fourth step is getting that book into the library. And once the book has been vetted, once the book has been reviewed, once the book has been cataloged into the WorldCat, then we place the book on the shelves of libraries in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. We've just made an agreement with a library in Texas. They're going to start putting some of the books on the shelves. And in the fifth and final step is we then give the book reviews. So we have librarians such as yourself, and we would really hope that some of you out there would join us and review the books with us, and just become indie viewers. And some of the books that we have are just absolutely wonderful. We have Me and My Hijab. We have when you're tiger, when you trap a tiger, stolen words, and these are some of the books that we really encourage people to read. Now, all of these books are not independent author books. Hijab is, and the one up top with the young man in the wheelchair is, and the young lady holding the book. So I Love Myself. These are the type of books that we're pushing out because it's so important so very important that we have authentic voices. And when you have an authentic voice in children's literature, it's empowering. It's not only is it's empowering, it is it helps their growth. It helps their mental growth. It helps their social growth. One of the problems that we ran into early on with what we do is that catalogers were not understanding the culture. They were not understanding how important the authentic voice was and is and can be. And so there was a book written called All Black Everything by Chanel Murray. And the book was it's a book of poetry. And the book was sent out to be cataloged in a library system. The cataloger in the library system refused to catalog it as all black everything. And she wanted to catalog it, and she did catalog it as all black everything. And after several conversations with her, she just refused to understand that everything was a vernacular, was a cultural thing that is used in Southside Jamaica, Queens, Chicago, Compton, Alabama, Philadelphia. It's a way of speech. It's a cultural thing, and she did not want to do that. So she was trying to take away that authentic voice from that author, and she was trying to correct a cultural standard, and you can't do that as a librarian. You can't do that as a catalog, and so that's what propelled us to start cataloging the books ourselves, because representation and identity is so necessary when you're talking about authentication and authentic voices and authentic illustrations. As we know, as we've been saying for years, books are mirrors and windows. Mirrors with authentic voices validate children's and students' identities, featuring characters who share their similar background. Windows are exposure to diverse voices, broadening perspectives, promoting understanding beyond your own cultural understanding. And these are so important for librarians to understand when we talk about authentic voices. That is so important for parents to understand and educators to understand and authors to understand that these authentic voices lead us to leads the student to critical thinking. Authentic literature tackles issues like racism, social injustice, and identity. Students learn to analyze and question narratives, develop critical thinking, and we heard Dr. Jamison talk about critical thinking in her earlier presentation. And so that with her policies and she talked about the policies, which leads us to how to select the book and how that book selection, once we select the book to be in the collection, how does the child select the book to read through critical thinking and asking questions. And then we have to recognize biases. Authentic voices help students identify stereotypes and biases. And once that student can identify stereotypes and biases, then they're free. Then they're free from bullying, they're free from misinformation, and they're free to think on their own. They think to explore, they think to enjoy and celebrate their culture. Representation identity, we already did this. I did this leave already. Critical thinking and analysis. Okay. Empathy and resilience, authentic, empathy and resilience. And I'm going to turn this part over to my co-founder and my wife, Charmaine.
Good morning, everybody. Quick change here. So this, a part of what we do, why we do what we do, is because we want our children to have all the opportunities that they could possibly have, that we can help provide. And not just us, but there's so many people working with us and so many organizations like us with this goal in mind. One of the things that Authentic Voices in Multicultural Literature does is it helps children understand what's happening in other parts of the world. It helps children understand that children from various different cultures and backgrounds around the world are not all experiencing the same things. Some things are wonderful and some things are not, but being able to read about those things, we believe helps children want to explore, and not just children, but adults as well, explore who they are, explore what they think, explore how they feel, and also get a sense of kinship for people around the world. So, how can you help? Um, you can help by supporting independent authors uh, who are bringing those different voices. And I know um, in some ways, independent authors have earned the bad name they have received. And there's a little bit of a stigma, and we talked about this earlier, about the kind of work that independent authors produce. But with the help of uh, caring librarians and organizations like ours, we aim to lift the literature of independent authors to the level of, of excellence. And so we showcase independent authors in various backgrounds and various arenas. When we're going on these conferences, we try to bring some with us if we're able to get that exposure, to meet librarians, to meet publishers. Um, we encourage dialogue about authentic voices in literature. We had a panel discussion in San Diego last month, and it was standing room only. And we had a group of independent authors from various backgrounds who spoke about their reasons, their why, and 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 how what they do affects, or they feel affect, the audiences they're trying to reach. And so it was standing room only. It was really emotional. Um, and so what we're saying here is that independent authors have a lot to offer. We understand. Here's the latest CCBC diversity stats about the subject we're talking about, and we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go, as you can see. I don't need to read this to you. I'm sure some of you already have seen this, but we have a long way to go to integrate these multicultural voices into our communities. So, in summary, when you think about what we do, we bridge the gap between independent authors and librarians and libraries. We make their books visible and accessible to the library community. We have independent catalogs, which we talked about. We offer book launches, and we're doing these things to help our independent authors really get their works out there once they've been properly vetted. We offer national exposure through conferences and online, as well as in-person conferences, exhibits, and things of that nature. We're very excited about ALA coming to Philadelphia next year because we plan to do some really great things and include our independent authors in that whole process. So we're just really excited about that. One of the things we're doing in Philadelphia this year is we're hosting an Indie Authors Book Fair on August 10th uh, at the Pennsylvania Convention Center, and we are so excited. We have so far 62 authors and vendors. I think some crafters, like maybe 2 or 3 crafters, but the majority of them are independent authors, and we're very excited about this initiative. We're looking forward to just having a wonderful time. We're doing panel discussions and all things surrounding our audiences that the independent authors are trying to reach, as well as the independent authors themselves. And how can you help us? Well, if I can move my picture away, you can help us vet books. You can help us vet books by becoming an indie reviewer or an indie cat. This is a volunteer operation. Right now, we set up a process where you can actually log into a platform and see the book that you're going to be reviewing. And so we're really excited about that. become a member of the nation. Become a member of Literacy Nation. We're offering free memberships to librarians, and the QR code is there to join, and the coupon is also there to join. And so we just look forward to the collaborations, future collaborations, and partnerships. And if there are any questions at this time.
If you have a question, you can use the raise hand button and then I will unmute you. So if you have a question, raise your hand. And if you can, Charmaine, can you put that last slide up for the coupon information?
Yeah.
Yeah, because so to make sure that they were able to see it.
Okay.
'Cause some may want to go in right now and fill out the information. While we're waiting for someone to raise their hand and ask a question, or if you have a comment, there was a lot of very nice comments that were left in the chat. Maria said, "Authentic voice in children's literature is empowering." A lot of thank yous. Maria says this is exciting. Wendy is saying that we appreciate you extending membership to school librarians. Thank you, Katie, for putting the link in the chat. And the coupon code is new 2004. So if you are interested,
2024.
2024, thank you. If you're interested in becoming a member of Literacy Nation, and it's free, feel free to click that link right there in the chat that Katie has left. And the coupon code for school librarians is new, capital NEW 2024. Looking back, any questions or comments, y'all? I need to see the entire group. There we go. Oh, this is ridiculous. I can't even get to the entire group.
Casey, can I just add one more thing that we didn't kind of emphasize, that we are now an affiliate of the American Library Association, so we're very
Sure.
happy about that.
Sure. If you all could kind of explain to affiliate, because we've had some presenters that were talking about the importance of becoming a member of ALA. And so we have some people that are newbies in here and some are students, so if you can kind of talk a little bit about how being an affiliate works between Literacy Nation and ALA.
Hi, so being an affiliate means we have a direct affinity with ALA, means that let's just say you decided that I can also do a presentation. I have something I want to talk about. This, I want my voice heard. Well, being an affiliate of Literacy Nation will give you that opportunity to be a presenter. We met with Sharice yesterday, Casey. Sharice did a presentation here at the conference we're at now, and we offered Sharice the opportunity to do that same presentation at ALA in Philadelphia. So if you have something to say, we're the platform to stand on. If you are a cataloger or love cataloging, this is the place to hone your skill at. You can catalog. If you want to be a book reviewer, you want to review books, this is the place. We offer so many different opportunities and gateways to librarians. And sometimes you have to be a member of a professional organization. Sometimes you may need to bolster up your resume, and this is the place to do it.
Absolutely. And one of the other things that, and Rich has already said this, but for our independent authors, they get an opportunity to present their works, to be a part of poster sessions that they may not have had if we were not affiliates. They may not have been able to afford to do it. But as a result of our affiliation with the American Library Association, we're able to expose independent authors to a world that was up until this point closed to them.
So very true.
There was a question about if the system is prompting a credit card. Is there a workaround that?
So no, but we do not hold your information. We don't store your information. But that is the process. But once you put in that coupon code, your card will not be charged.
It'll zero out. It'll say charge 0.
Oh, Wendy said she signed up and was not charged using the code. So it's
Well,
okay.
welcome, Wendy. Now, Wendy, we're glad to have you, but girlfriend, we want you to go in there, put your picture up,
Yes. Build your
and-
platform out.
and build your platform.
Oh, that's another thing we didn't tell you. Sorry. When you join Literacy Nation, you get a landing page. And on that landing page, you get to put your picture, your bio,
Anything.
videos. This is almost like having a web page. And even for the people who, we give all our librarians free access because we want you to go in and we want you to meet these authors that are there. We want you to connect with them and see what they're doing. Maybe there's some in your city, some in your state
Invite it out.
that you may want to invite out for author talk, or even have a deeper conversation about the work that they're doing. So this is a community that you can be involved in. But I'm gonna tell you something: we can't find you if you don't put your name there, and that's kind of one of the issues we're having with our group. We're saying, hey, put not just your email address, but your phone number, your picture. And people are not going to call you randomly. This is not that kind of thing. This is for networking.
And so, Literacy Nation, we're an organization, but we're a movement. This is a movement, and like anything, like a body of water moves, and we morph, and we move, and we turn, and we are just committed to this idea of authentic voices. We're committed to this idea of multicultural books. We're committed to school librarians, especially. When I was president of the Black Caucus of American Library Association, Casey came to me and said, "Hey, Mr. President, what are we going to do about school librarians?" And I said, "Let's go. Let's start a committee because we recognize the job that school librarians do, and we recognize the doors that are closed. We recognize the opportunities that are not given to school librarians, and so that's why one of the reasons that we do what we do is because if it wasn't for a school librarian, a lot of people in this world will not be successful."
And listen, when the independent authors come into your libraries or into your schools, you have children. You can have children who said, "Hey, I've read the book." You want to share this information with those children because we have children authors as well.
There is a question in the chat, and the question is, do we need to have our MLIS to join? Some of us are running school libraries, but are paraprofessionals. That's a good question.
No, you do not need to have your MLIS to join. I worked as a paraprofessional for 29 years before I received my master's in library science degree. So many libraries and so many schools are being run by paraprofessionals. We invite everybody and anybody who loves literacy, who loves children.
And let me just say this. Everybody on this call has an option to use this free coupon. But membership for everyone else is just $49 a year. We're not taking $49 a month. We're not taking, it's $49 a year, and you still get access to all of the features of our platform.
So library school students, paraprofessionals, come on, join the movement.
We have another question. Do you have to join to become a cataloger?
Yes. You got to be a member of the community to be one of our catalogers, because now what we're doing is we're inviting you into our indie author world. And so our authors, you're going to be looking at their works. You're going to be reviewing their works, and it would be wonderful if it came from a perspective of community.
And the catalogers are they're a committee in the organization.
Yes.
It's one of our committees.
Question: if we put in our credit card, will we be charged the next year?
No. There's no auto renewal.
There's no auto renewal, and is free for librarians, and so the first year you was charged nothing, and your membership goes on. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it will not end. Your membership will not end and your card will not be charged.
Your membership is like a Supreme Court justice. It just stays there until you die.
Well, things might be changed. I'm playing. That's a joke. All righty. Well, look, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing the information about Literacy Nation. This is everybody, these are tools and information that you could definitely use. And as previous presenters have talked about, the importance of getting out there and getting active in various ways. And this is a way that you can give back to the community and the profession. You could review books. You could host an indie author in your library program. This is how we get more, diverse stories and authors published and, out and their books out to the masses so everyone can enjoy it. So Richard and Charmaine, thank you so much for coming in today.
Casey,
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Casey.
No, thank you. And you all be careful down there in all that heat and humidity of New Orleans. Enjoy
Well, thank
the
you,
conference,
Casey.
okay?
And thank you. And Casey, what you're doing is absolutely wonderful.
I try.
I mean, to have this platform for the librarians is absolutely amazing, and so much. It shows where your heart is, and to have so many people, 1,400 plus, register for this, shows you are definitely making an impact in this field of librarianship, the school librarians. And so congratulations on another well done program that serves the community and the school librarians.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. Y'all take care now.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.